Good morning. Today I'm going to work on our potato project. It's something I've been putting off for a very long time. When you see the state of my potato starts, you'll know how long I put it off for. But I keep coming up with things that I think are more important to do. But I finally am going to do the potatoes today. So I'm going to start with some potatoes that we bought last fall. And they started growing in the pantry, so I cut them into pieces and set them aside, and I'm gonna today plant them. I have three barrels. They're not really barrels, but three big pots to plant them in, and we're gonna grow them and see if we can get some good potatoes for meals this fall. So I'm gonna get right to it. So these are the potato starts. These were potatoes. Well, this one and this one were two different brands of potatoes from the grocery store, and they started sprouting eyes quite a few months ago. And I cut them into smaller pieces because you can do that. And they have continued to grow, sitting on the back porch, completely neglected. Some of them are looking quite a bit better than others. So don't know how many I'll fit in each pot, but, and then these are some new potatoes that are remnants of our original potato project we did here at our house. And each one of these eyes that you see will start a new sprout and can in fact become its own plant. So these were a different variety potato. I don't remember which kind, but just found these up in a flower bed the other day and thought, well, maybe I'll go put them down in a pot and see if we can get better production out of them than we were getting where they were, because we got, what, 5 of them total from that area. So I'm going to use, I'll show you what pots I'm going to use. So these are the pots I'm going to use. They are a faux wine barrel, and they come with a plug in the bottom and that you're going to want to take out. And I'm going to run an irrigation tube up through the bottom. This one's one I've had for a while. You can see it's full of leaves, but I have 3 of them, and I'm going to at least run a pigtail of drip through them so that I can run irrigation later, but I don't have any irrigation to this area where I'm going to put them right now. So just going to be prepared for irrigation, but not get it done. Okay, so I have this pot here, and I have a 1/4 inch supply line, which has no emitter holes in it. And then also 1/4 inch drip line, which does have emitter holes in it. This one's every 12 inches, it looks like. It looks like that's what I have here today. So I'm gonna wanna run the 1/4 inch supply line through the bottom of my pot and leave a long enough tail on both ends to connect to, on this end, connect to my 1/2 inch supply line. And on this end, I'm going to connect to my 1/4 inch drip. I don't have all my parts here right now, so I'm just going to run it through and fill it with dirt and come back later and finish the drip system. Don't know if I'm going to plant this one, but look how crazy that is. It is really searching with its roots for new nutrients. I think I can plant maybe four of them. They're gonna make a lot of potatoes in here. I could cut this in half and make this one into two. But I'm just gonna go ahead and plant it like that. Not too deep at this point because they already have been sending up some shoots. So I think I'll put 4 in this container here. So this one I've cut the potato in half to get more starts out of it. And I've held on to my irrigation line here. It's just going to be at the edge. This was a different potato brand. Look at how healthy and big that plant looks. I guess I could have put one in the middle. Yeah, just go with 4. It'll be enough. These want to live so badly. This last pot, I'm going to use our potatoes that we had in the house. I think these were like a smaller red potato or a gold potato, not a russet. So we'll see. These are going to be behind the other ones because they don't have any here. They don't have any sprouts on them yet, but there are all kinds of eyes on them, so they will grow. So I have found where my 1/2-inch supply line comes in. This is the 1/2 inch, and then I think I'm gonna probably harvest these. I think they're what are they called? Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end up pulling these and planting these little, yikes, the little starts on the ends. Got more onions here coming from this one onion plant. It's not an onion, it's not a chive, it's a, I think I'm going to tie into this and go across my makeshift stair here over to where I have the potato pots. And that means I'm going to have to slide these all forward about 1/4 inch and then slide them back to tuck the 1/4 inch supply line behind there. I think that's just how I'm going to go about it. Is just go with 1/4 inch instead of trying to run a 1/2 inch supply line across this space, which there just really isn't room for it. So I dislike 1/4 inch irrigation, but sometimes you need to do it, so here we go. Step 1 in taking your a 1/4 inch line from a 1/2 inch supply line is to use a 1/4 inch straight coupler. So that's what this is. It's barbed on both ends. And I'm going to use this as a punch. So the punch goes into your 1/2 inch supply line. Not when it's running. I like to pre-attach my 1/4 inch fittings. Oh man. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's attached, and I've slid these forward a little bit so I can run this behind them. This is going to be my supply line that's coming off my 1/2 inch supply line, and I'm going to tee into it with my pigtail, which as we now see is way too long. But I'll end up using this for something else. So I'm gonna use now a T, whoopsie-doo, 1/4 inch T to come up off the supply line. So I'm gonna cut the supply line. So this is my supply line that's going to bypass this pot and go to the next one. And this is my pigtail out of the bottom of this pot. So since this is going to be down on the ground, this doesn't need to be that long. It's good if these are cut straight across. Then I'm going to loop in with the 1/2 inch drip. This one I've already put an ender in. It was from something that I had it where it was just too long and I cut it off. So if it's too long, you can always cut it off. Too short, you can always add some. Here's the other end of that, oops, the other end of the pigtail coming out of my pot here. That one's done. 1, 2, 3, 4 emitters. I don't remember if I think I put 4 potatoes in here and they're right under the emitters. So that should do this pot. Okay, that is it. The potato project is complete. Finally, check that one off the list. I see some other things around here I'm gonna work on a little bit. I know I still need to get irrigation to this metal bed here, but that one looks like tomatoes are starting to grow in it. I haven't finished the irrigation to it. I needed to get a valve that I can turn off and on. That's mainly gonna do it for me for today. I'm just gonna do my watering, a little bit of watering, and go put my feet up. So thank you for joining me. I hope you are inspired to try growing potatoes. They're extremely easy to grow. We'll check in on these in a little while and talk about when to harvest them later on when we're getting closer to that. So again, thank you for joining me, and I will catch up with you next time. Bye-bye.